Have you ever wondered why you feel compelled to say yes to certain requests? The answer often lies in the subtle art of persuasion. Considered a cornerstone of human interaction, persuasion influences our decisions in ways we seldom recognize. Delving into this realm, we explore Robert Cialdini's 6 principles of persuasion. These principles, ranging from reciprocity to scarcity, are not just theories, but are actively at play in our everyday decisions, guiding our actions and reactions. Let's dive into these principles and see how they shape our actions. Imagine someone gives you a free coffee. How would you feel about buying a cookie? This scenario illustrates the principle of reciprocity, a powerful tool in the psychology of persuasion. The principle is simple. When someone does something nice for us, we often feel compelled to return the favor. It's an ingrained social norm that dictates we should not take without giving in return. Let's delve deeper into how this plays out in everyday interactions, particularly in business. Companies often leverage the reciprocity principle by offering free samples, complimentary services, or trial periods. It's not just about generosity, it's a calculated strategy to increase sales and customer loyalty. When a business gives you a free sample of a new product, it's not just being nice. The underlying hope is that you will feel obliged to make a purchase in return. Moreover, this principle doesn't just lead to one-time purchases. It can foster long-term relationships between businesses and customers. When customers receive something for free or at a perceived value, they are more likely to feel positively towards the brand, enhancing customer loyalty and promoting repeat business. This strategy is evident in various marketing campaigns and customer service practices. From a complimentary dessert at a restaurant to a free trial of a software, businesses understand that a small investment in giving can lead to substantial returns in customer satisfaction and revenue. So, the next time you receive something for free, think about why it feels so natural to return the favor. Ever pledged to a cause and felt bound to support it fully? This sense of obligation isn't just about loyalty. It's rooted in one of the powerful principles of persuasion: commitment and consistency. Let's dive into this principle. Imagine you sign up for a monthly subscription box. The initial commitment might seem small, a simple sign-up form and a relatively minor expense. But once you've taken that first step, a fascinating psychological transformation begins. You start to see yourself as a subscriber, perhaps even a loyal customer, which aligns with your self-image as a supporter of the brand or the product. Now, consider social media challenges. Ever noticed how they often start with something small? Maybe you post a picture or share a post. It seems innocuous, right? But once you've participated, you're more likely to engage further. You've shown your network, a digital crowd of peers, that this is something you value. And suddenly, you find yourself participating more actively, driven by the desire to remain consistent with your initial action. This principle operates on a simple truth about human nature. We strive for consistency in our actions and our identities. Once we've publicly committed to something, changing course can feel like a betrayal of our self-image. It's why marketers love to get that first yes from you. It often leads to a second, third, and even a lifelong series of yeses. So next time you make a small commitment, think about what it might set in motion. Once we commit, stepping back feels like breaking a promise to ourselves. Do you check online reviews before trying a new restaurant? If your answer is yes, you've been swayed by the potent principle of social proof. This psychological phenomenon explains why we often look to others to decide how to act, especially in situations where the correct behavior isn't clear. Social proof is everywhere. Take the bustling restaurant filled with patrons while its competitor remains empty. Instinctively, we perceive the busy restaurant as superior. This isn't just random choice. It's social proof in action. We assume that if many people are doing something, it must be the right choice. In the realm of marketing, social proof is a powerful tool. Companies often use customer testimonials and user reviews as a strategy to boost credibility. Why? Because hearing about others' positive experiences makes us more likely to believe that we too will have a positive experience. It's not just about the product or service itself, but about the shared human experience around it. Think about the last time you scrolled through a product's reviews before adding it to your cart. Those reviews likely helped you make your decision. Whether it's 5-star ratings, before and after photos, or customer testimonials, These elements provide a narrative that we can see ourselves in. They reduce our uncertainty and guide our choices. Social proof isn't just a marketing trick, it's a reflection of our social nature. We are inherently social creatures who thrive on connection and often look to our community to gauge our decisions. Seeing is believing, and seeing others do it often convinces us to follow suit. Would you trust medical advice from a doctor more than from a random passerby? This question might seem straightforward, but it underscores a fundamental principle of persuasion: authority. When someone who is perceived as an expert or authority speaks, their words carry weight. This isn't just about the white coat effect in medicine. It's a pervasive influence across various domains. Authority figures harness a mix of expertise, trust, and credibility, making their endorsements or opinions highly persuasive. Consider the world of advertising. When a celebrity chef endorses a new kitchen gadget, it isn't just their face selling the product. It's their years of culinary experience and authority in the field. People are more inclined to believe that this gadget might be the secret ingredient to gourmet cooking at home, simply because an expert recommended it. Similarly, when financial experts give advice on investment opportunities, their authority can sway public opinion significantly. Their expertise makes the advice seem not only credible, but almost indispensable for those looking to invest wisely. This principle of authority doesn't just apply to individuals, but also to institutions. Universities, renowned corporations, and leading scientific journals all possess a form of institutional authority. Their endorsements or findings can shift public discourse and influence personal decisions dramatically. Understanding the authority principle helps us navigate a world rich in information, but also rife with persuasion. It reminds us to consider not just the message, but also the credibility of its source. When an expert speaks, people listen. That's the power of authority. Are you more likely to buy from a friend or a stranger? As we delve into the principle of liking, it's clear why we often prefer the former. This principle is rooted in the simple truth that we're more inclined to be influenced by people we find likable. Now, what makes someone likable? It often boils down to three key factors: similarities, attractiveness, and the art of giving compliments. Let's break these down. First, similarities. We're naturally drawn to individuals who share our interests, values, or backgrounds. It's why savvy salespeople often start conversations by finding common ground. Whether it's a shared love for golf or mutual admiration for a particular cuisine, these connections create a bond that enhances trust and likability. Next, attractiveness. This isn't just about physical appearance, but also about how one presents themselves. A person who is well-groomed, smiling, and confident is often perceived as more likable. This doesn't mean you need to be a model. Rather, it's about presenting yourself in a positive, approachable light. Finally, compliments. Genuine praise can go a long way. When a salesperson compliments your choice, it not only makes you feel validated, but also more open to what they have to say. Importantly, the key here is authenticity. People can usually tell when compliments are insincere, which can have the opposite effect. In conclusion, whether it's a salesperson building rapport or just everyday interactions, being likable isn't just pleasant, it's persuasive. It turns out being likable can give you a persuasive edge. Ever wanted something more because it was the last one available? This reaction taps into the principle of scarcity, a powerful element of persuasion that influences our decisions more often than we might think. Scarcity operates on a simple yet profound psychological trigger: the fear of missing out. When we perceive that something is in limited supply, our desire for it increases. This is because we often equate rarity with value. The harder something is to obtain, the more valuable it appears to be. Consider the frenzy over limited edition releases, be it in fashion, tech, or collectibles. Brands often announce that an item is available while supplies last, or for a limited time only. This creates a sense of urgency. You've likely experienced this yourself, rushing to purchase something, driven by the worry that it might soon be out of reach. Moreover, marketers can magnify this effect by offering exclusive products to certain groups, enhancing the allure through exclusivity. This not only increases the item's perceived value, but also its desirability among those outside the exclusive circle, who now see it as a coveted status symbol. But why does this work? At its core, scarcity compels us because it challenges our autonomy. The possibility of losing access to something makes us want to assert our freedom to choose by acquiring it, often more impulsively than we would otherwise. The less there is of something, the more we want it. These 6 principles of persuasion influence us more than we might think, from reciprocity, where favors are returned, to commitment and consistency, where our commitments shape our actions. Social proof shows us following the crowd, while authority leads us to trust those with expertise. Liking influences us through positive connections, and scarcity drives us by the fear of missing out. Understanding these powers can sharpen your decision-making skills. Remember these principles next time you make a decision. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with friends.